All right, let's get this show on the road before Orion gets out of the frame. What's up, guys? Welcome to S24 Astro mode. So I'm gonna do what I always do. For if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name's Brent, and I do phone stuff. Sometimes I do all kinds of photography stuff, but I do love playing with phones. We're going to test out the S24 Ultra for Astro mode. There is some wonkiness that Samsung has done with their DNG files, but I'm going to talk about that later. Suffice it to say, we basically don't get real raw photos anymore. So we're going to test what this can do and then see how far we can push it editing to see what we can get out of it. But let's jump right into this. All right, so we're screen recording now. I'm gonna do a few. Let's just go over all the ways that we can do Astro. Okay, so right now there's no Milky Way, and so we don't have Milky Way, but we do have Orion. We have very clear skies because I live in New Mexico where it's always clear. We have the first quarter moon is up there, but we're gonna see. We're in night mode right now, just the regular photo mode. So we're just gonna hit go and just see what it does. So this is the easiest right out the gate. Let's see what it can do. I mean, there it is. So we can see Orion in the top center there. We can see Betelgeuse. We can see the City of Rocks looking beautiful. We can see a little bit of haze or something. So this is the JPEG. Now, let's just keep going, okay? So that's right out the gate. That's right out the box with nothing. So let's see if we can do a better thing.
I'm gonna laugh if it doesn't get better.
It will get better. All right, so now we're gonna go to Pro mode. Okay, so now we're gonna put in some effort to this bad boy. So we're gonna change our speed. We're gonna go 20 seconds, and we're gonna go ISO 1600. And I think it will focus on those stars, so I'm going to leave it in autofocus. All right, so this is where theoretically in Pro mode we would get a raw DNG file and the JPEG. So we're going to see what it does to its JPEG, and we're going to see what the raw DNG file looks like. While we're waiting, I will tell you that this isn't a raw DNG anymore. It's some sort of like lossy JPEG stuffed inside of a DNG container. That's all really nerdy stuff. But okay, here we go. Here's the raw file. So obviously we've got some overexposed bits there in the ground because we've got my light lighting me up. I don't care about that. This is the JPEG. So look at how much noise reduction that has given the JPEG. That has made it look creamy like that. Look at the City of Rocks down there. That is insane. That's too much. But in here you can see the noise and you can see the grain and stuff. Well, it's not grain, it's digital noise, of course. Grain is from the film days. All right, so that's Pro mode, ISO 1600. Let's back it down. Let's just back it down to 800. There we go. Since we do have moonlight, it is giving us a little bit more ambient light. And then, of course, this thing, which I'm not going to bother to turn off right now because it's only at the bottom part of the frame. I'll just crop that out. I cannot believe how clear it got. You guys missed a heck of a sunset. It was amazing sunset, and it was very cloudy. Okay, so now we're looking, this is the raw, so we're looking much better with the ground and much more natural, but the sky's still looking really good. And then there's the wonkiness. Oh my God, that whatever it's doing, AI fixins in there is no bueno. But that's okay, we're not here for that. All right, so now let's get out of Pro mode. Now we're gonna get crazy. So now we're gonna go into Expert Raw mode. Actually, I'm gonna do the same shot in Expert Raw because I think they're doing different things with their raw, with their DNG and their compression and stuff. So we'll go ISO 800, 22nd in expert raw mode. And I should mention all of these are on the 1X. The 1X is the best sensor. I don't want to use the ultra wide. I don't really like it as much, but I will use the 3 and 5X, and I'll do a tighter shot of Orion in expert raw mode here in a minute. Okay, so that's done. So it's taken a second to process it. Expert raw mode does that. So you see the turny bits down there? So it's thinking about it. Well, it's doing more than thinking. It's doing a lot of processing. Okay, that is atrocious. So this is horrible. Again, we're already seeing artifacting. Look, you see all this in this upper right corner? All of that is the...
Wow, I think the light just died. This looks kind of cool, though.
All right, so my light just died, and I have a backup light because I'm freaking awesome like that, and I totally forgot. All right, so as I was saying before we killed our light, got the backup light. So this, you can see all the artifacting in this thing, and this is the expert raw mode again, but we can also see some weird color. Oh, look at that. Do you see that right there, that blob in the middle? That's Orion's nebula. So that's an actual nebula, that's not a star. And that's pretty cool that you pick up the nebulosity on there. Okay, so now let's look at the raw file. So this is the raw file. I can't tell too much on the back of the screen, so we are going to take this into the computer and look at this in Photoshop. But I just want to look out here and see initially what we see. Okay, so we're in expert raw mode. So now what we're going to do is, now we're going to get crazy. Now I'm going to go up here to the Astro mode, and it's got a 4-minute, a 7-minute, or a 10-minute. I'm just going to do the 4-minute. I have found with the last, since the S22, the S23 Ultra, I found that there's not that big of difference between the 4, 7, and 10 minutes. And I prefer just to do the 4 if that's kind of like as good as it's going to get, you know. That could change, of course, but let's just go ahead, and there's nothing else to do but hit go. That's going to take 4 minutes. So we'll see you in a second. All right, so there it is. This is the Astro mode in the 1X. So we got, it's crazy. Brittany, it completely edited out the lights.
Did it?
Yeah. But we did get a satellite going, whoops. We did get a satellite going right through. We can see Orion. Look at the nebula. The nebula looks nebulous. So, but you can see the clouds. I've got just a couple minutes. I'm going to try this 4X. So check this out. Actually, we're going to go to the telephoto mode. We're going to go, let's see how this works. I'm going to go to show so that I can see my stars here. So if I tilt this up, I should, whoops, where, show me Orion, please. Canis Major. Oh, that's 2. There we go. Okay, so check this out. We're looking for M42. That's the Orion Nebula. So we can see that right there. Look at that. Okay, so we're in the telephoto. I'm not even going to bother with the super telephoto. But I'm going to lock this down to make sure that it's stable. And we're on the 4 minutes. So there we go. All right. So we'll see you in a second. Okay. So that was M42. Let's see what it looks like. That's the RAW. Looks horrible. And that's the JPEG. Also looks horrible. But yeah, well, in a worse way. I don't know. That's pretty bad. We'll see what we can do with that. That's the 3X. So unfortunately, we're getting a lot of clouds. That's my karma for saying that New Mexico's always got clear skies. But to be fair, all of the skies in every other direction are clear, except for right here where we wanted to shoot. I really wanted to try for Andromeda, but I think I'll wait till I stick that on a telescope or something. That would probably be a lot better. All right. I think let's go hop into the computer and we'll look at these rather than wasting all of our time. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, so we're back in the studio. I actually just finished like this video and editing the images and stuff, and it turned out that I ended up doing a massive deep dive, like full edit. So I'm gonna split that up into the second video because it was really long. So if you want to see like a full deep dive into like the nerdy stuff of editing the photos, but not just editing the photos, like analyzing the DNG files and why they're so wonky and what's going on and all of that stuff, that'll be in the next video. But I'm gonna wrap this video up here so that you guys can just check out these images. These are the final 3 images. And I'll just leave it with I'm both stoked and a little bit disappointed. I'm stoked for the fact that there is a device that lives in our pockets that can capture the stars and astro and get people interested. And for someone who's never done astro before, it's amazing that, or if you don't have your gear or whatever, it's amazing that you can just pull out your phone and capture images like this. And I really hope that that'll help get people excited for astrophotography and just the natural world in general. It's amazing. On the other hand, me being a professional photographer and an astrophotographer, that side of me is a little bit disappointed with what Samsung has done with their DNG files and how they're encoding them and compressing them, and they're really limiting our ability as creatives to edit these files, which are supposed to be very editable. I mean, this is any real photographer, any YouTuber, whatever will tell you, if you want to take things to the next step, you need to shoot in RAW. Well, Samsung has allowed us to shoot in RAW for many years, but now they're ruining it. They're slowly ruining the ability for us to pull those details out of the RAW images. So I'm going to go over all of that in the next video. If you want to check that out, it'll be up probably within the next week or so after this one. And if you're watching in the future, then it'll already be up there. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, let me know what you thought of what I was able to get for the one night and the one shot for each of those modes. I think it's pretty interesting and I'm looking forward to doing more. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button for me. That's the best thing you can do for the channel. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.